So this layer has set now, touch dry. I could have come back a little bit earlier, but I was actually out and about, so I'm doing it now. Probably won't have enough time to put a top coat on tonight, but I have to work tomorrow, so I don't know when I'll be able to get this up, but I'll try. I'll try my best. Now, I've got this one here. This one is called Ocean, and it's by Colour Passion. That's it there on the end. So I thought that might be nice. There's sky as well, but I think I'll go that one. It's got a slight sort of aqua tinge to it, and then I'm going to put some, I'll try, actually let's have a little look, see what the teal looks like next to it. Little dot there. That might look nice, don't you think? A little bit of the teal next to it, or maybe the two together. If it's too green, we'll see. Sometimes they change colour a little bit in the resin. All right, so here we go. Just pop. I've divided my resin equally, and this time I made up about 300 grams this time. So last time was just under 200 grams. This time is just over 300 grams. So that's not quite dark enough. See how it's throwing a little bit of a teal look, which is what I was wanting. A little bit more colour. But this is actually going to, you know, go across the whole surface there, so it's going to change the colour of what we've got there already. Let's just have a little look and see what it's going to look like. Maybe, actually I might put, where did it go? Where did my other one go? Here, I might just put just the tiniest little drop of this one in, the lapis, which is this blue here. Just one drop, just to make it a little bit blue. Whoops. Whoops. Why does it change so fast? Gosh. Change the stick. Why does it change so fast? One little drop and it's changed colour again. Goodness me. Okay, that's okay. It's just changed it from like a green to a blue. So that's pretty. I like that colour. All right, let's pour. Now this one obviously is going on this bottom layer here. So in here, oops, I've spilt a little bit, haven't I? I'm going to have to clean that up. In here, and then the rest just goes in the middle. I think that's what you do. Clean up my mess. Spilt a bit. But you know, if you don't make your colours too dark, your outside colours here, your exterior colours, then it shouldn't change what you've got in the centre there too much. Just going to pour all that out. Okay, so that's taken me to that next little terrace layer there. We'll spread that out. Oh, it's good guesswork, isn't it? On my behalf. Now, what's going to happen when I put the next one on? Because it's going to be quite pale. I wonder if it's just going to blend and you won't actually see the two different colours. I wonder. Right, I'm going to give that a torch. So again, this is the Platinum 360 Plus that I'm using now for these next couple of layers, because it sets up nice and quick. And you never know, I might be able to come and do another layer tonight before bed. If I'm feeling up to it, I might not. I might be too cozy under a nice warm blanket with the doggies watching Survivor or something like that. I might not feel like coming back out into the studio. All right, so that's looking good. I do think, like for next time, I won't put the dark, I won't make so much. I'd rather just put a little strip through the center, because see how you can actually, this bit down here looks darker, even though it's the same color as that. It looks darker because it's lower down. So you could have had that one, then that one, then that one, and then the dark. So I think next time, less dark. But look, until you do it, you just don't know, do you? All right, here we go with the teal, the pinata teal. And again, I'm not sure, that's looking very green. I mean, I do want it to be a little bit on the sort of aqua side. So we'll see how it goes. I don't want each color to be exactly the same. Is that going to mix up? And I like how you can see through into each sort of layer. So that one's your teal. I don't know that it's going to be quite dark enough. No, I'll put a little bit more colour in. It's good just to test it there. Another few little drops. It's probably, I think I did 4 and then another 4, something like that. So this is going to be a little bit more on the aqua side, just to give it a bit more difference. Actually, it's going more of the same colour now, blue. I might have to add, I could always add a touch of green, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. I'm just hoping that this stays up here and doesn't sort of, that doesn't come back up and blend with it. I'm going to have to be careful that it doesn't blend with it too much. How's that looking? Oh, look, it's blending into my blue there. This is why you do each layer separately. Oh, gosh. Is it going to work? I don't know if it's going to work now. Because I don't want it taking over all of this light blue that I've just put down, do I? I don't know. Let's just see what happens, hey? I guess if you've got time, you know, do each layer separately. But like if you're using a fast setup resin, you don't mind waiting a few hours between each layer. Actually wanted to put real sand in here. I've ordered some online. It hasn't arrived yet, but I'd like to do one of these again, seeing as this was my first time and I'm still learning on the best way to do this. But yeah, I'd like to put some real sand in it. I think that would look really pretty. And you could put some shells in it. And if you're good at making waves, you could make, you know, your waves afterwards. I may even have a turn at that. I'm not sure. I wonder what happens if I put this in the center just to fill it up. Because I do need to fill it up. I want to fill it up, but I want to keep my light colour along the edges here. Again, that was pretty good calculating, well, guessing, just to on how much to use. 300 grams. Alrighty. How's it looking? Now give it a bit of a torch. Pop some bubbles. Not that you're going to see the bubbles anyway, because I'm still going to do a top coat and embed those gorgeous handles in. I'll wait a bit, let the resin, well, let the bubbles come up to the surface anyway, and see if they want to pop. Might have overfilled it just a tad there. All right, now, wonder if I can push my blue back a little bit from the center. So I've still got I've got the medium blue here, and then the aqua on the edge. I could possibly push it back a little bit though, couldn't I, like that? And still keep the aqua on the very edges. I think that's kind of working a bit, blending. Yep. Because I only poured the rest of the aqua down the center, so hopefully it's still there, and my light blue is more along the edges here. I can just push it like that a bit. And then maybe blend a bit. But the resin will do what the resin wants to do. Basically, trying to keep two colours there. How's that? That's looking really pretty. Now, throw this rubbish out. I bought, I'll show you what I bought. Let me get my gloves off. I bought these. Such a waste of packaging. My gosh, look at this. It's a little whale or something. And each one is individually in a little plastic container. Like, such a waste of... Oh, they're all different. Waste of packaging. Anyway, I got 2 packets of those. They come in a set of 5. I actually can't remember where I got them. I just Googled them online. So, I've seen people paint them in black. You can paint them with a pen. You could spray paint them. I'm actually just going to leave them. I think I put a couple in. Just because my background, my base colour there is quite dark. I thought I'd just put a couple in, but just leave them in that sort of whitish tone, because it matches my sandy colour, and also I don't think you'll be able to see the black very well against that dark there. It's a bit much. Now, because I've haven't got that much depth here, I'm going to go with a couple that are maybe not quite as thick. That one's relatively thin, and this one here, this one's a little bit smaller. If I can get it out. Which way does it open? That way. It's a little bit smaller. See? Look at that. I'll keep these. I won't waste them. I can put things in those. I don't know what, but I'll find something. I love little containers. Love them. Alrighty. So, now, I wonder if they'll actually go under. Or whether they'll stay poking up. Okay, no, that's not going to work. If my lower section wasn't quite set, I could push them down a little bit. Couldn't I? Go into the deep water. my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's the little baby following its mother. I'll put you there. Put you there. See, I mean, I've still got another layer to do, but yeah, I should have probably put them in earlier. I wonder if I can, I wonder if I can push them down. I think my bottom layer is a little bit too set. Oh, you get the idea though, don't you? Like, and also because my bottom layer is so dark. Oh, I wanted to use them. I don't think I can now, because I have to go out. I'm just getting the resin off my tweezers there. Keep everything clean. I have to think about this. What can I do? What can I do? Probably not much. And I don't really want them sticking out over the top, do I? Because that's, you can't really use a tray if it's got things poking out through the top. I'm going to get something heavier and see if I can actually push them down a little bit more into my bottom layer. But I guess if you guys are doing this, maybe put them down earlier. Like, I couldn't because of this very dark background, but if you were doing each layer that was a bit lighter and maybe transparent, you could actually pop them down in the first layer and then build the color up over the top. So again, learning. You guys are learning from my mistakes. So I expect to see some gorgeous trays like this coming up. And you can say, Julie showed me how and I've fixed it. I followed her instructions of what not to do. And I did it. So, all right. Oh gosh, there's another hair. But I like my blending. I'm happy with my blending. Liking that so far. So, yeah, I'm just going to see if I can push them down. I will be right back. I tried to squash them down. I put a pair of pliers on top and pushed with all my strength to try and get through that bottom layer, but obviously it's set up too much. So look, I'm just going to leave them because I think they're really cute. I've still got one more layer of resin to put on with the top coat. There's a little bubble there that I just need to get. Nope, it's also from the bottom. Last layer. Oh gosh. Poke it. Anyway, look, it's a learning curve. We all make mistakes and learn things on the first time we do things. So I am going to leave it like that. Oh gosh, there's another hair. Where's all this hair coming from today? Yeah, I'll leave it like that. Oh, and I was thinking, because these guys are white and this is quite pale, I think I'm going to go with the silver handles. And I think I'm going to do this smaller size as well. What do you think? Where's the other one? Cut it open. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with these ones. Can't put that in there, but when I do, that's basically what it's going to look like. What do you think? And then these will stick up a tiny bit, but look, I'm okay with that. Like I said, it's my first time. And I just wanted to do it just, you know, to try it out to see how it worked. But next time I will know better and I will push my little whales in to the first layer just to stick them down those couple of millimeters. I think I just searched miniature whales or something like that. Got it from miniature. They sold miniature things online, so from there. So anyway, hopefully that won't take too long to set up. And then I'm going to do a top coat, a flood coat over the top, and we'll stick the handles in. So that will be coming up soon. Hopefully I'll be able to do it tonight. Should we go down and have a little look? I know the the sand probably looks a little bit different color now because it's getting dark and I've got these bright lights on in the studio, so the colors always, you know, they don't look as realistic in this light with the studio lights, but you get the general idea. I just wish that darker color had kind of blended in a little bit more, but it kind of just stayed. It stayed where I put it. Oh gosh. All right, another learning curve. All right, well, I hope you're enjoying this video so far. I hope you're learning something like I am, and I'll see you for the next coat very soon. Hey guys, I remembered to come back tonight. It's 9:15 in the evening, so I'm going to get this done. Yeah, it's set, so yeah. I've decided to go with the smaller silver ones. In hindsight, I could have painted these little guys grey. That would have matched in with the silver really well, but you know, you think about these things afterwards. So those are going to go there. Right, I've made up some more resin, another 200 grams of the 360 plus. Now, I know these aren't going to get covered, and I've explained that last time. Even though they're going to stick out a bit, it's okay. I'm okay with that. It's a learning curve. Now, let's see how, I haven't actually tried this before with the 360 plus to see if it will dome. Now, I'm not going to put too much on just yet. I'm going to see how it spreads. Now, I need, what will I use? Palette knife's good because it's flat like that. So actually I might just use a smaller one. I'll see how I go because I've got a little one as well. I'll try this one. I'll move those out of the way for a minute. Now what I want to do, and I'm not going to put this up on containers or anything. I just want to push this to the side all the way around. Basically just pushing it, I'll do it slowly, just push it over the edge like that. I don't want to push the resin over the edge, but I want to push it to the sides. A little bit went over just then. Now, if it does go over, just wipe it off. If you notice it going over, you don't want it to run over at this stage. You just want it to just ease up to the edge like that, and I'm hoping it will dome. I'm hoping this is a doming resin. Some of them don't. Some of them will go to the edge and then start pulling back and have like blank sections. I'm hoping that the 360 plus will dome. Be good if it did, hey. Oh look, go over the top. This is just going to give it a gorgeous, shiny, smooth finish, because you could feel where the sand colour met the water. There was a little ridge there. But look, you don't have to do a top coat. If you're happy with the way it is, you don't have to do a top coat. But I just wanted to try it and see how it went. Right, here we go. Over this way. I may have too much resin on here. Depends, like I said, if it domes or not, because it's quite thick in the middle there. I'll walk around this side and just push the resin to the edges here. Hopefully it'll just cling to the sides without, well, cling to the edge there without flowing over. That's my hope. I actually forgot about it. I was watching The Bachelor and I'd forgotten about it. And I thought, oh, do I want to get up and do this? And I thought, oh, I'd better. Otherwise, I'm not going to have a video to upload for you tomorrow because I have to go to work. But at least I can finish the video tonight and then, you know, edit it in the morning. And then upload it before I have to go to work. Cover that little bit there, cover that little bit there, How's that looking? Does it look as if it's doming? You could just do that little edge there. It's pulling away from the sides here a bit. I'll just go back over it. If I notice it pulling away, I'll just go over it a little bit more. May just need a little bit more resin on it. But so far, so good. It's actually clinging just to the top there. All right, I'm going to give it a light torching. I have noticed that if you over torch your resin, I don't know what happens, but you get like that oil slick. It's kind of like an amine blush, but it's from the heat of the torch. So you've got to go really gently with the torch too, with the popping of your bubbles. Because you don't want to ruin your beautiful, smooth, glossy top coat by over torching it either. And the other thing I've noticed, like with a top coat, I don't like to spritz the alcohol spray on it because it leaves like a water drop residue, and I don't like that either. So yeah, you got to be careful. I'm going to put a little bit more here where it's pulling back a bit. Surprising how much resin this is actually holding, sitting on top here like this. I'm impressed at how much it can hold. Alrighty, now my little dolphins or whales or whatever they are only just sticking out, just a teensy-weensy little bit. I'm just going to see if I can get these bubbles to come up to the surface. Because being a top coat or art coat resin, it is a little bit thicker, you know, than your casting resin, which is what you want so that it can dome like that. I think that's the whole idea of it. I've got a tiny bit left, which I'll use over here for my other project. I was debating trying waves, but I haven't really tried waves. You know, where you put your white paste down and then you blow it. Haven't really tried that. So I think it's something that I probably need to practice before I do it on a piece like this and potentially ruin it. So I'm not going to do it. I may use that leftover resin though and just practice on a tile and see what happens, because I've got that resin left over and I've got a tile here. So I thought I might put some on it and then have a little play and see if I can make waves. So I've still got some bubbles popping up, but I don't want to torch too much. Oh gosh, there's a hair. I'm going to have to cover this. Definitely going to have to cover this. Where did that come from? Right, now, are there any bubbles that I can see? So it's not a very thick coat there, so it's pretty easy to get the bubbles up. Now, do you want me to get you down so I can show you what I mean about the doming? Let's put a little drop there, little drop there. Need to put the handles in though, don't I? Don't let me forget the handles, whatever you do. Don't forget the handles. I'll put the handles in quickly, and then I'll bring you down for a close-up so that you can see what the edges are looking like. But so far it's working. Popping more bubbles. There's a lot of them. There we go. At least they come up and they pop relatively easy. All right, now this is the hard bit. Actually, I might take my gloves off for this because I've got I might probably got resin on my gloves, and I don't want to get resin on my handles now, do I? Okay, now this is going to be the tricky bit. Where do I put it? What's that mark, that black. Oh, okay, it's just, no, that's stuck down. Don't know what that is. That one's moving. These two, I don't know what they are. I know, they're moving. Oh my gosh, they're moving. Come out. What is that? Maybe a little, I don't know, but anyway, there it is. I got it. Phew. Okay, now, handles. I'm going to work out where they're going to go. I'm just going to have to kind of place them. I shall do one first. Probably should have measured first. That's all right. It can sit there because I can move it around. You know, the resin's still wet, so I can still move it around. Let's just measure the center of that one to the outside, which is 6.5 centimeters, and then this one 5.5 centimeters. Okay, so it needs to go up a bit. All right, so now hopefully it's still 5.5. So realistically, it should be 6 centimeters from the center of that. It didn't seem to move very much. Okay. A little bit more. It's deceptive. And it's probably deceptive to you too because you're looking at it on a different angle. All right, that is just under 6. And that is just under 6. Okay, so that's perfect. I'm just going to have to eyeball it as to if it's straight that way. I think that's right. Okay, so now I'll do the same with this one. And hopefully they won't fall down. Right, so this one should be just under 6 as well. Okay, that's 5.5. So we'll move up. Up you go. 5.5. A little bit more. Okay, that's just under 6. And this one, I can't tell that way. I have to come this way. Just under 6. Okay. All right. I think that's it. And then let's see how far away from the, I'm going to go from the edge. 2.1 centimeters there. That's under 2. I think I like it further out, so just to move you out. Oh gosh, now I've moved it, hey. Just don't know what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be just under 6. And that's just under 2. That's about 1.8. Oops, I stuck it in the resin. It's about 1.9. Okay, so I think that's about it. A little bit fiddly, but you know, it's worth it. It's worth it. All right, that's it. I'm leaving it there. I think that's it. I cut the end off, you know how it's normally got a bit of space on the end. I cut the end off right on the 0 so that I can measure really easily with that. It just came on a plastic binder, I think it was. All right, here we go. Let's torch again. Where did my toothpick go now? Oh, there it is. All right, I'll torch again without melting my handles. I will have to come back and check again for bubbles like every 10 minutes or so, because I'd hate for the bubbles to be dry in there. And I saw a piece of glitter. Got it. It was just shimmering in the light there. All right, now let's get you down for a bit of a close-up here, hey? And we'll see how this doming is looking. And there's another hair. Did I get it? I don't know. All right, I think so. Now let me look. I'm just gonna bring you down here. Hopefully we can focus. So that's the top. Okay, now let's have a look. See if I can show you the doming. I don't know if it's going to pick it up, you guys, but look at the edge. Actually, there's a little bit just here. See that little bit just there that hasn't gone over? I'm going to just put a little bit of resin on the end of my palette knife. Just fill that bit in. Okay. Maybe if I do that, can you see? You see how the resin's just sticking to the sides? It's a bit hard to show you. I don't know, can you see? Hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. But it's doming really nicely. Perfectly. And the resin is just sitting on the edge there. It's not rolling off. It's just sitting there beautifully. No, sorry, I'm trying to zoom you in. Handles look good, hey? And again on this side, you can see how the resin is just sitting there on top. So yeah, that seems to be working beautifully. Very happy with that. What do you think? It's going to be pretty, isn't it? Yes. Well, there's nothing to unmold tomorrow. You've already seen the other side. It's just flat. So being a tray, you want the bottom to be flat, you want the top to be flat. So I really love it. I'm really happy with it. The only thing I would change, well, two things I would change. This dark, I'd have less dark in the middle, and I'd put my little dolphins or whales in the first layer so that they were sunk down a bit lower. But apart from that, I think it's just gorgeous, and I love those handles. Love them. Righto. Well, that's about it from me. I'm going to get cleaned up and have an early night. I've got to go to work tomorrow. But I'll take a photo of it outside tomorrow when it's dry, and then I can put the video up. So thanks ever so much for watching. And please remember, my molds are in my eBay store. Link's in the description. I'd really appreciate it if you could support me and use my eBay store. Thanks so very much. I'll see you real soon for the next video. Okay, bye for now.